Hello boys, it's me, Yoshi here, and welcome back to my 100% blind playthrough of the new Pokémon Snap for Nintendo Switch. In the last episode, we left off getting every single star photo of every single Pokemon in Balooza. Can't say that right. And now we're going to move on to Volusia next. And we're going to start with Seltering Sands Day and kind of just work our way forward, completing all the requests that appear. So for the start of this, we're actually going to go straight to Research Level 2 because there's a request that spawns only in this level. So we have to go to that first. We'll also be doing a similar effect here. And I will be pausing to momentarily figure out what to do stuff. So I haven't really mentioned much, but there is another strategy you could do if you're having trouble figuring out certain requests. If you get to a specific spot, you can occasionally just pause buffer certain spots, but it kind of gets a little bit tricky. So anyways, the reason why we're spawning on level 2 is we are going to be watching a very specific tornado for this first half, and I think the simplest way of doing this is to probably just straight up get this out of the way. And you'll see this Cacnea kind of just chilling here. Eventually it's going to be picked up by this tornado, and our goal is to get a picture of it in the air. It's only in the air for a few moments. It's very quick, as you can see. It's kind of crazy. If you get a really bad photo, you could just retry and try again. It's not too bad. You don't want to speed up immediately because otherwise you won't get a good photo. So, wait. This one pretty simplistic. There's not a lot you have to do in the course itself. I am going to be getting a couple of secret photos while I'm waiting, including a free-star photo of Hippowdon, and maybe it's 4-star later. Okay, that's a little bit better. I got it the moment it goes in, which is always nice. Okay, so this is the other part that I'm going to attempt. So if we reveal 2 Skorupi, they will eventually challenge each other. And I think we want to lead them to here. And at some point, they're eventually going to try and intimidate one another. And the goal is to get a photo of them striking a pose with each other. It's kind of difficult to do, though. I'm not sure if I actually triggered the Flygon photo, by the way, because... Oh, okay. Okay, we're not going to do this. Alright, let's start with this. And then do this. Okay. So, by triggering that, we can get a couple of photos with the different characters. We need to submit a photo of Hippowdon to complete the request specifically. So, yeah. We got that done along with the Cacnea one. Cacnea only appears at Research Level 2 in that particular spot, so that's his only time you can get his 4-star photo. So this Flygon, I'm going to go ahead and show this as a secret, but you won't see this immediately. But anyways, when this Flygon first appears, if you've given it a fluff fruit, it's actually going to fly down here during one of the spots. And that's when we find out that Flygon actually has Trampins, because, well, that makes sense, because Trampins are the babies of Flygon, and here you can see we've kind of gotten a couple of other stuff. The goal is to submit a 3-star photo specifically of Flygon giving the fluff fruit to them. It's actually a lot more simpler than I thought. I initially thought it was like, I'm gonna have to get a photo of it as it picks it up, but there's actually 2 different strategies you could do for that. Assuming we get the Cacnea photo on the first try, we're just gonna leave the course once it's done. Okay, yeah, we got a really good photo of him, too. I'm gonna take that one, because it's a really close-up photo. Right? And then, both of these, obviously, will give you a 4-star automatically. And, oh, there it is. There's the free star. There's a very specific free star photo you want. There is another one you can get, but this one's probably better. So anyways, the important request has been completed, and we also completed that, as well as completed 3 different full Pokedex at the same time, and we completed that as well. Okay, so we don't need to do that anymore. So now we're going to do that exact same thing again. But the second time around, we're going to do things a little bit differently. And yes, I am specifically rooting this all to make things crazy. Now, we need level 3 in order for this next trick to happen. So, I'm going to focus less on the central part. Well, actually, I have a little time to get Torchic, so I'll do that. And then I'll focus most of my attention on a nearby Silk Crowbar that might come out. And then at some point, I want to throw an Illumina Orb at Hippowdon to make him spew sand out, I believe. Yeah, you can make him spew out sand by throwing an Illumina Orb at him. But anyways, gonna do this normally now, which will automatically put this at research level 3. Alright. Now, there are quite a few other things to get, but the Skorupi one has multiple different ways to do that, so we can always just restart our spam to get the course back. Now, at either Research Level 2 or 3, you are required to get the Flygon Tornado to spawn, or I guess despawn, as part of getting a Skorupi to appear. If you can't do that despawn, then the Skorupi will not appear. So we're gonna focus on this part. Oh, there we go. Okay. We got our first... okay, that only took 2 tries to do. Not bad. And again, I am doing this one route at a time, so we are focusing on the main route first, and then we'll get stuff on the optional route later once everything is done. Okay, alright. In case you're wondering, if you just have Torchic do a flamethrower and he's not doing the side, he will just regularly eat the fluff fruit. But if you get him to do a different thing instead, you can cause him to do something a little bit interesting. But anyways, I'm going to focus entirely on the Silcoba now. Silcoba is a pretty tricky stuff. And again, using the scan zoom trick just to make it a bit easier. Once you appear, you want to immediately throw an Illumina Orb at it, and I'll do this really cute trick where it tosses the fluff fruit in the middle of the air, which I think is really funny. And Torchic, simply, if you use an Illumina Orb when it's far away, instead of it using the regular play stuff, it'll use Flamethrower instead. And this ending will be mostly normal because there's not a lot of stuff that could be done. It is possible to get another Silcoba photo, but we'll wait to take the 4-star photo of it until later. Now that will have probably its own episode to do. Anyways, there's not actually anything to do here. I'm just specifically going this route to get these requests done. Okay, we missed the Torchic one, but we got the stare down, which is what we wanted. Since we've already completed Scorpy, this won't be worth any points, but it's still pretty good. We're gonna take it, obviously, and we got our 3-star photo. Okay, so yeah. I was a little bit late on the flamethrower. You have to get the photo as it uses flamethrower, which can be a little bit tight sometimes. But that's fine. We still have multiple tries to do. We'll do the Flygon one next, now that we've done Skorupi's special 4-star photo. And yes, in case you're wondering, I'm going to be taking breaks between these fails and pausing, just to make sure I get everything done as fast as I possibly can. Oh, by the way, there's actually another thing we have to get on the middle as well, which is what we'll do while we're doing that. So that Helios one that you probably remember, that one also has its own 3-star, 4-star photo request you can do. Okay, so now this time we're going to do the same trick as we've been doing from before. And we're gonna zoom straight to this spot. Use the Y button. And after you reveal Flygon, you want to use this so that it goes down to try and grab the fly. And what you want is either it grabbing the fruit or it doing a flip afterwards. I'll be showing both poses for this video, or attempt rather, to make things more interesting. Only an already powered up Torchic will be able to see flames. You have to be very quick with this request. Okay, now we have to throw a spot to the right. And this can take a long time to do. You basically want to spam this with the mash until a Magikarp will suddenly appear out of nowhere. Because as you know, when I do a specific spot, Magikarp will potentially jump out of the water. As you can see, this takes a really long time to actually get right, because the actual spot where he spawns is kind of precise. Oh, there we go. And just like some of the other quests, you have to be very fast with that, so just gonna go ahead and take a couple of quick photos. And yeah, there's not really a good spot to get him, unfortunately. Okay. I was actually kind of late for that section. That looks really interesting. Okay. The Flygon 4-star photo is not actually a part of any request, so we have to get it separately. Okay, looks like we did get it. I'm gonna take this animation just because it looks the cutest. Okay, we did get it. As long as you see a 4-star photo, you'll be fine. Okay, the first 4-star photo is a little bit better, so we'll go ahead and do that one. Okay. There's our first request completed, and there's another one. So we're doing these requests kind of fast now. Alright. Okay, so the next one we're going to do things a little bit similar, except now that Flygon is done, we no longer need the leftward route, nor do we need the rightward route either. So we'll kind of get our Hippowdon 3-star on the way to that, if we still have not gotten it yet. Okay, well, anyway, let's retry, and I'm not sure which one I want to go through, but I'm going to start with the Linerock one just because it seems a little bit easier. But while I do that, I am going to go ahead and practice the fast strategy here, where to actually get one request successfully done, it has to be done very fast, because after a certain designated amount of time, there's this one Mandibuzz that'll straight up fly away, and you can't really do anything about it. The only way you can get a good all of it is to pretty much just hold down the turbo button and take the alternate path as soon as possible. But anyway, things will get really interesting when we see a Linerock appear on the right side. We want to focus on its spot, and after we've scanned it a couple of times, it'll start taking this interesting path, and from here, it's not actually that bad. We're just gonna hold right, head to this leftward spot, and literally just spam the scan feature non-stop. And after spanning it enough times, Linerock will jump all the way to this rightward side cliff and howl. And we'll wait, and he will do it about twice before eventually leaving. And our goal is to get a photo of him while he's howling. It's pretty good. It's actually not that bad. If you take too long, she'll jump down instead. So that is what the scan is for. Okay, now for the second part. This one could be rather tricky because of how fast you go in this particular area, but we have to hit these Mandibuzz one by one to make them all fly away. If we can get all 3 of these Mandibuzz to fly away, we'll get a unique encounter with Onix at the end of this section. Yes, there are others that will appear as well, but yeah. And from here, eventually, after you get all the 3 Mandibuzz, you'll be able to go near the end of the course to see Onix jump kind of in the sky. It's kind of weird, but anyways, you want to aim around this area. And you'll see Onix do like a big leap out of nowhere. This one is rather precise. This can only happen after all 3 Mandibuzz have gone through. The request pretty much says it all. You basically want to follow the 3 Mandibuzz, and then out of nowhere Onix will just jump out at you, and your goal is to take a while it's in the air to get a 4-star. Probably we'll have to do a couple tries on this one, because this one can be a little bit difficult sometimes. Okay, let's see. We didn't okay, we did get it. Oh yeah, that's right, because we already filled up the rank for those. It didn't really give us much stars, but it's good. At least we got the 4-star photo of it. Okay. I'll just take that one. Only a 4-star photo of Onix will actually complete the request, though. Like I said, it might take a little while to actually complete. And I think I did miss the moment. I believe the moment is as soon as those 3 Mandibuzz eventually meet again towards the end of the course, that's when you can catch an Onix appearing. Again, I am still pretty new to save, so don't be surprised if some of these take a little while to do. Okay. So now for probably the more important one. We have to take a part where essentially we have to basically hold down Turbo until the end. If not, the Mandibuzz near the end of the section that we're trying to get will just fly away, and that is no good. So we have to be very fast here. And then we have to hit a different bush once we do finally get into there in order to ultimately get Mandibuzz's attention. And to make this a bit faster, we have to do this entire section while just holding down the turbo button non-stop, but also doing that. So we kind of have to do a quick route here. And you'll momentarily see it for just a split second. There's this Mandibuzz kind of just crawling here. This one might take a couple of tries. Once you see it do some stuff, eventually you'll be able to get its attention. Okay, there we go. It's kind of a weird, though, but oh well. It's fine. And if you don't startle the Mandibuzz at the beginning of this part, then the 4-star Onyx can't actually appear. You have to cause all of them to fly away. Because the Mandibuzz is what Mandibuzz flying around is what exactly triggers Onyx to do his special animation. Alright. So after we've gotten all 3 of them to fly away, we're gonna wait a little bit longer this time. That was a cool jump, but that's still the beginning. Okay. So as the Mandibuzz fly around, you'll see the Onyx kind of just start leaping in the middle of the air, which is kind of cool. This is another one where you might want to either spam photos, or if it gets too late and we still don't get it, we're going to use burst mode to take this, just to make it a little bit easier. Your goal is a 4-star Onyx to complete the request. This can only be triggered by having the Mandibuzz flying in the background. By the way, this will automatically only be a 3-star Mandibuzz. The 4-star Mandibuzz has to be gotten a little bit later. But anyways, anyone that's 4-star will work, so we'll go ahead and take that, despite his face not being in the full frame. He is kind of fast, so getting a good photo can be difficult, but I'm not here for that, so I'll just take this, and there's our request completed. Not the best score, but it's alright. At least we got it. So now we don't have to deal with that again. And now I'm gonna actually, take a little bit of a pause break here. Be right back. Hello guys, and welcome back to this section theme and, well, a couple of our stuff. I am going to retry this once because we do have one more request to complete. This one is going to be one of those I'm probably just going to have to spam retry until we get it, but beyond that, most of the theme is the same. We do not need the turbo button this time, but it's still recommended to use it just because it makes an otherwise slow section of this much faster. And I mean, like, really, really fast. Without this, it could take forever to do this particular section. It is kind of annoying, and on the way here, I will snap a quick photo of Paladon just to make things a bit interesting. Oh. Okay. So what you want is this Linorock, if you do nothing this time, will automatically jump down this cliff here. And after it jumps down the second time, you want to lead it to a specific area with Fluffroot. Till eventually it goes there. And now we'll get an Intimidation. And at the end of this, we want to get a 4-star photo. Like, I'm just gonna do it immediately. Whoa! Whoa! Jeez, okay. Jeez Louise, that was... Jeez Louise, that was really quick, actually. So, by doing that, Tyranitar essentially breaks a barrier that prevents him from going into the area. So now he's gonna go in and start fighting with the Linorock. Unfortunately, we won't actually see it because by the time we get to that, we're already done. In case you're wondering why he's not smashing the rock, I assume as soon as he's woken up and is done with the stare down, that's when you're supposed to throw the Lumino Orb, otherwise things can happen. I'm going to go ahead and take that frame just because it looks a little bit better. So I'm going to use this to figure out... Oh, actually, I did already get Paladin's 3-star. I must have gotten it a later attempt and forgotten, so... I always do that just to make sure I've gotten everything, because sometimes I do miss one. And at one point, I did miss Cacnea's 4-star. It's actually incredibly rare to get. Anyway, there's our last request completed, with a decent score as well. Definitely could have been better if we were a bit closer, but it's fine. Getting the right frame for a really high score could be really tricky. But we got a decent frame, which is alright. Right, now we can return to camp because we're actually done with this course. Yeah, for the first time, we actually completed the course rather fast. I was hoping that that would happen a little bit sooner or later, but nevertheless, here we are. Now, since we already did a lot of the 4-star requests, there's not much to do, actually, in Volusia's Sweltering Sands Night, so instead, most of our focus is simply going to be put onto the Lental requests. Also, I forgot to check completion of these, so I'll have to do it now. So we'll go here and take a look at this. That's just what I wanted to see. It's always great when we can take a photo that shows Pokemon at their best. Yes, this is just what I needed. Phil will have to believe me now. I was giving the fluff fruit to the champions. Flygon is such a kind Pokemon. Thanks for showing me. Oh, this is where Madbuzz eats. Thanks for looking into that. Okay. Okay, let's go to the completed ones now. How about that for a surprise? Feel free to thank me since I'm the one who helped you get the awesome picture. Alright. Oh, you were able to see them together. Don't they look like the best of friends? Oh, I see you put my little tip to good use already. Thank you. Whoa, awesome. Chantar is the coolest. But how'd you get that shot? I want to take one like that. That flame is something else. Still, Torchic's probably sad that I couldn't eat the fluff fruit. Come on, let's give it another. Oh, and we have one right here. And you even got a... Oh, thank you for believing me. And you even got a picture. I bet this will even give Phil a shock. Yeah, exactly. Alright. Looks like we are gonna... Okay, so now we're gonna actually go into Sans Night here. I'm gonna start with the Sokoba Fuller Star just to go ahead and get it out of the way. As well as get any other Pokemon out of the way that we have to do now, but... I think most of the focus is gonna be put onto the Minior part. So anyways, I'm not sure what else to get in terms of request here, so we'll probably look on that at some point. Now, I did complete a request here. Well, I guess now that I think of it, while I'm waiting, I'm gonna try spamming Fluff Fruit and see if I can hit this guy. Oh, okay. I had so much trouble hitting that Sandshoe earlier, and now I just give it a couple attempts and I've already hit one. It's kind of tricky, because they go so fast. It's so hard to figure out exactly what's gonna happen to them. And your goal is to take a photo of them as you stop them in their tracks. That's the only way you can get a good star photo of Sandshoe there. So it could be rather difficult. Okay. This one I'm just gonna take the normal route. Oh wait, I forgot the Sokoba run. Never mind, I'll just... Oh wait. Oh wait, this is the normal route. Never mind. I completely forgot. There's not really a good way to hit them other than to just spam the crap out of the fluff route. And hope that you hit one of them in the face, which I finally got to do that. That's definitely one of the harder ones to do. Okay. I'm gonna go for this full route despite all this and take a photo of this vein as a backup just to make things a little bit different. Okay. Oh, there's a Sokoba just kind of hiding there. Whoa. Right. Oh! Hey, buddy! Found ya. In case you're wondering how to get this part, this is one of the trickier parts. There will always be a certain colors of Minior that will flow up no matter what. But to get them all to appear is actually very difficult. This is the 4-star photo, by the way, them flying up into the air, but it won't actually do anything unless all 7 colors of Minior are present. So I'll kind of focus on that, but for now I do want to get... Okay. Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, wow, that was a really good animation frame for that, too. Okay, that should hopefully get me some good points. So, at least we got that out of the way. Hitting Sandshoe while it's moving is surprisingly difficult. You pretty much have to predict where it goes. And there we... L's, and we did exactly that. Kind of interesting that we don't have the 1-star photo for it, despite all of this stuff, because its default photo is actually 2-star, not 1-star. Kind of interesting, if you ask me. Anyway, I'm gonna redo the course again, and I will do a couple retries until I do other stuff. I actually completely forgot to look at the right for the Sokoba. I was so focused on something else that I kind of forgot what I was supposed to do, but now I know exactly what to do. So we want to look to the right as we go here, and these Skorupi will eventually find a sleeping Sokoba. Your goal is to smack it and wake it up before it leaves the spot, and then you'll have to hit it again as it goes to the different spots. You pretty much have to just keep on tossing Fluffer at it, and after you wake it up a couple of times, it'll eventually dive to the point where things will get interesting. Now, to make this a bit easier, it's best to spam the scan button, because after you spam the scan a couple of times, you'll see Sokoba reappear yet again. Every time you hit it, it's going to respawn in a different area. Unlike some of the random spots, these patterns are absolutely set, in other words. There'll be some other stuff here. Also, I just realized something. One of the Miniors is hidden at the beginning. Okay. Now, I believe the next part of Sokoba will not appear for quite a bit, so I'm kind of just going to go slow and spam the scan feature until things go. Now, it's really important to spam the scan feature because it's through stuff like this that you actually find all of the hidden Miniors. In case you're wondering, you have to get a photo of all 7 of them doing their special thing. Okay, so I'm going to get this out of the way first. Take the alternative path. And eventually, we want to trigger Sokoba up when there'll eventually be a Linrock nearby, which you already see, and then they will go over to each other and start Termination Fest, sort of. I'm gonna... Probably should have waited until later to do that, but that's perfectly fine. As long as we've gotten Silk Cobra in the actual thing, it'll be good. Photo. I forget if there's actually a request here, so to make things more funner, we're gonna go over here, throw an orb to make that eye appear, and we're gonna lead Rinnerock over to him. And wow, okay, that was quick. Whoa! That's kind of cool, just... So yeah, by waking up that Tyranitar and doing other stuff, we can manipulate Linrock to do other stuff. Also, here's the alternative Flygon animation. Hit it with a fluff fruit to wake it up, and it'll do an interesting animation. That shake, by the way, is it shaking off the dust from itself. That is an Ultra 3-star pose you can get, and it's probably going to be worth more points, simply because you're a lot closer to Flygon when that particular one happens, so... That being said, the air one is still almost just as good, if not better. That's what I thought. Okay, so this is an alternative 4-star pose for Tyranitar. And this is the alternative 3-star pose for Flygon. Yeah, just so I thought, I did not get a good photo of it. When I took a photo of it, Linrock was literally right in my path. I still thought I should show that off, though, to make things interesting, but now we've done that, we're gonna do a little bit of a retry spam just to make things interesting. Anyway, whew. Once we get closer to the end, our main focus will be on the Minior transformations that are happening, because, well, yeah, we're trying to do that. Anyway, so we're going to do a similar thing as to before. We have to follow the steps. So we basically know what to do from that on. We just did not get this exactly correct. I have to go a little bit slower just to make sure the Skorupi don't get in my way. Okay, so there's only 2 locations that the different stuff appears, so... And then, did it again. Nice first try hit on that one. Okay, getting him to go towards that Minior on could be a little bit difficult. That's fine. We don't actually need him to do that yet for this attempt. Okay, so to get a better angle of this, we're gonna actually skip part of the route until we get to around this spot. So we can hit Silgover again to make it come out, and then zoom until we get towards the right side. That way we get a much better shot of it actually using its special move, and then we'll just immediately quickly search after that animation is ended. Very quick. And this time we did get it. We'll take the first frame. Because it looks looks perfect, actually. It looks like an absolute stare down. This looks like behavior worth studying. Alright. And so Koba's page has been completed. Okay. I'm gonna retry, but take a pause break because this next one is gonna probably be one of the more difficult challenges I've ever done. Like, actually, because getting all the Minior to show up can be kind of difficult. Wrong button. Hang on. Alright, guys. It's time to go for the very, very, very hard request. That is the Rainbow Meteor Shower. Probably one of the most difficult requests in the game, let's be honest. Just like before, we'll probably have to retry spam until we get it. The goal is to unearth 10 Minior before we get to the Oasis. If we get to the Oasis too early, we won't get this request. I'll just focus for this because I have to spam the scan a lot, so we'll start with a retry, and we will not be using burst mode or speed mode during this, because in fact, we're probably going to spend most of the time doing other stuff. Now, you'll kind of see this sort of at the beginning. At the very beginning of the level, you'll see some stars land down in the sky. Your goal is to look for icons to appear, and every time you see one, you want to throw an Illumina orb at a very precise location to do stuff. Spamming the scan as you go. It's very quick. You don't have much time to do this. It's hard to know exactly where each of them are, so we'll start by figuring out exactly where their location is. And kind of just getting them as they spawn. It's very fast. You have to get all 10 Miniors in the area to respawn. The one near the end is probably the most interesting. You have to keep on eliminating these crystal blooms to cause it to crash itself down. And that gets another one done. I believe there's still one more. Whether or not you... Now, I did miss one already, so I'm going to restart this, but this is kind of precise. You pretty much have to know exactly where they spawn at the beginning. It's kind of precise. The goal is to simply memorize where all of them are and then just get them opened as fast as you possibly can. The only hint you get is the little circle that pops up at the beginning that shows the Minior meteor form in the ground. It could take quite a while to do. In particular, this first part is probably the most annoying. Very, very tiny spots have to be hit with your scan feature. We'll be doing lots of practice on this. I'm gonna go for this one first, probably. That seems like that one's in a worser position than the last one. Every time we miss one, we have to restart the course and try again. Multiple restarts will be taken for this one, probably. There's two more on a different side. I saw two more of them. That's the animation you want to see, by the way. Also, we're gonna probably just spam like this until we get the stuff to work. There it is. Okay, we got the first one a little bit early this time. Every single Minior is annoying in its own unique way. The worst part is probably at the beginning, because figuring out exactly where to hit them is kind of precise. The game doesn't really tell you where you're supposed to go to. They kind of just assume you know the spots from heart. I'm going to try to at least get this one, which I did. And the little circle gives you an idea of the spot you have to hit. Sometimes you can see some of them. Most of the time, you can't even see where they are. I'm practicing the full route just to make this a bit easier, because this is a very obnoxious request to get done really fast. Okay, we got that done a little bit quicker. I think we need to hit the circle exactly. That's how we're supposed to get it. I think, now I think of it, maybe going to the ones on the left and right might be a little bit better. There it is. Now I think of it, yeah, maybe going for these ones on the side will be better. Then we can turn around to find the others later. Yeah, okay, that's much better. Figuring out where the rest of them are is probably going to be my big problem here. Okay, there we go. We got the orange core one to spawn. Okay, we actually have a good tempt going. Okay, looks like only this one towards the side is left. Alright. Believe one of them you do have to throw an Illuminor at some point. Otherwise they can't actually appear here. Alright, so as the Miniors move towards here, we're basically just gonna go down this one spot. Okay, there we go. Take some good pictures of this. Looks like we did get all 7 covers to spawn here. Nice side effects that you get to do from just doing this in general. So if you've done this correctly, all of the different Minior covers will now appear all in a row, and your goal is to get a photo of them all appearing at the same time. They all have to be in the exact frame. Then we're gonna quit research. Very precisely pick our photo and hope for the best. This only happens at the Oasis after you're done. And it's also going to be an automatic 4-star, apparently. Okay, that is probably the one I should be taking. Let's go ahead and take that one, which has all 7 covers of them. They won't do the dance if you miss one of them. So there we go. Perfect timing. Request completed. One of probably the most difficult requests in the entire game, just because of how little time you have to do that one. It's very brutal. They definitely do not make that one easy. Okay, I'm gonna pause for a quick moment and I'll be right back. Oh guys, excuse me, but I forgot to record, so yeah. I forgot to press the unpause button, but you didn't really miss much. I just went through this route again. We got a photo of the sleeping Trapinch, which we're gonna get for 1 star, and we also finally got that 1-star photo of Sandshrew we were so worried about. I'm actually gonna... No, I want to take whatever the biggest one is, right? Okay. Yeah, this one looks bigger. So I'm gonna take this one so that I can hopefully guarantee a diamond 1-star. Okay, there's our request completed. And there's Sandshew's page filled. Okay, just barely not a diamond, but that's fine. I tried to get as much points as I could, though. Now, I'm not interested in getting all the research levels to max, because you don't actually need to do that. That's just a cool effect you get by maxing all of the different stuff. So now we're going to quickly head back to camp, claim all of our Rentalk requests just to make sure we have them, and then head out to the next area soon after. And our next zone will be the much more longer and tedious zone that is the Firefall Volcano. But first we need to check out all of the different requests in the area. In Volusia, right? Completed. That's a nice photo. That's quite the photo. Minior really are awe-inspiring. Guess I can't afford to let my skills slip yet. Oh, wonderful. You found it. Seems Trapinch was hiding from the Linorock. Or Linorock, rather. Have you seen a Sandshrew come to a stop while Wow, awesome, right? And you even got a photo of it, too. That must have been tricky to capture. Yeah. It's exact, you don't even know how long it took me to hit that dang thing. Oh, I just realized something. I think I have to get a photo of it to complete this request, so I guess I have a couple of things to do. So the thing I did for Revenge of Silk Cobot, I have to do that again, but apparently when I'm taking the photo, I have to take some other stuff as well. But I'll go ahead and start with Sans Day on level 3, because I have a Mandibuzz photo I have to take as well. Yeah. So, we're gonna do the same thing as we did before, but this next part is pretty simple. I'm actually surprised I forgot to do it during one of my runs, but I did do it off screen, so I do know how to get this. It's actually pretty straightforward. All we have to do is speed up to get to the side again. This time we don't necessarily require to use the turbo mode through the entire area, but also, by the way, I should probably turn on burst mode for this. So we'll go ahead and do that really quick. Alright, so now for the tricky part. I'm gonna speed around this section, throw a fluff root here, and now get this Mandibuzz's attention. And we can kind of just hatch a picture of it doing that, and Once we get, we're gonna immediately quit our research and see if we get a 4-star off of it. Okay, good. First try. Could have been a lot more difficult, but we got it. Okay, it does stop a little bit before grabbing the fruits. Ooh, unlike Pidgeot, so we don't necessarily need to get out there for 12, but it is still kind of tricky to get. I'm gonna keep burst mode on because this next part can also potentially be difficult. Burst mode just really helps when dealing with single photos at once. Alright. Time to return to the camp to actually complete Revenge of Silcoba. I assume the reason I didn't get this is I have to get a photo of Winterrock while it's facing off with the Silcoba. Okay, so just go ahead and go to this at maximum. I'll submit 2 photos of them both just to make things happen. And then we're gonna do literally the same steps as we did before. There we go. Now we'll quickly turbo over to the spot where we're supposed to be. And since our regular route actually takes us to the right, we have to spam scan so we can take the alternate route here. Okay. And quickly speed over to the side here. And get to the side really quick. Alright. That was very quick spams right there. Just spam the crap out of the foes and hope for the best. I think the Linalock one this time is the one they actually want. Because he mentions Linalock Freen, and we already got a good 4-star photo of Silcoba. We have to take a frame where he's getting sprayed, right? Alright. How about that one for you? And Silcoba, as per usual, we might need a 4-star photo for it. But that being said, oh wait, I just realized that's Linalock is the one we have to take a photo of to complete the request. It's kind of interesting. Also, I did not get this done. Wow, this is actually kind of annoying that it's not completing itself. What's really annoying is I tried to get in the right spot, but then I just got stopped. It's kind of annoying, actually. Don't like it. I'd like to not get stopped this time. And yes, I am trying to complete this all in setting just so I can go to the next area a little bit safer. I was thinking of whether or not I should do 1 video or 2 videos today, but I'll kind of just do stuff based off of how good I can get all the requests done. And kind of just clean up stuff as it's needed. I just realized I went right by that. I need to not talk. We'll just aim our camera around this area. Oh wow, we went past them this time, so it is possible. Oh gosh, we got a really nice faceful attempt at Silcoba there. There we go. There he came out of his hiding hole. Now we have to make him come out again. Now I think of it, if I do make him come out early, then we probably might get a better hand, but I also need to be closer to his location. So let's do it this time based off of Silcova's actual location. There we go. Now we can get... Alright. I honestly don't know what frame to take there. I honestly don't know which frame Lental needs in order to get this request completed. Okay. Ugh. Oh, what? Okay. That's kind of weird. Oh, okay, never mind. It didn't work the first time. I'm surprised I got a 4-star request and that didn't complete it the first time. Wow, so it has to be kind of precise. I was about to reset until I suddenly saw request complete. Oh, okay. I guess that's what I had to do? Oh, goodness. This is so brutal. I mean, like, actually kind of brutal. This is kind of annoying to do, but, anyways, we got that done. Good. We're gonna turn in the request and end the episode right there. And that'll be it for this area at the moment. We've completed all requests in the immediate area. What? Silcoba defeated Minior? I didn't realize it was that strong. Yeah, it is. Anyways, that's going to do it for this episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like if you enjoyed, comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!